Okay, so let me tell you about your personal archetypes. Every one of us has 4 archetypes common to us. We all have a child archetype. We all have our victim archetype, which is our self-esteem. We all have our prostitute archetype, which is our archetype of worthiness. And we all have our saboteur, which is our archetype of decision making. Now, going back to the child archetype, there are 5 different child archetypes. Okay, there is the Peter Pan child. I'm the Peter Pan child, okay? We never want to grow up, okay? Responsibility is a bit of a challenge for us sometimes, but at the same time we make brilliant leaders, okay? The second child archetype that I talk about is the indulged child. This is a child that has been given all the opportunities to excel in what they do. The third one I talk about is the nature child. This is a child that loves to be outside, at the beach, in the mountains, running through the creek. They love to have their feet on the ground. They collect animals, and that is the nature child. It's very important for them to be outside. The fourth child I talk about is the divine child, and this is a child that has a direct connection to spirit. And sometimes I sit there and I'll just drift off slowly, and I'll go back, and all of a sudden it's we're back on the physical plane. So for the divine child, sometimes life is a little bit tough to understand, but that's just the way it is. And the fifth child is the wounded child, and this is a child that has been abused, wounded, abandoned, neglected in some way. Now these children make really powerful teachers, and often very artistic, because they really know what it's like to be down in the depths of despair. But if they can get over that, they make brilliant teachers. They're fantastic. So that's our child archetype. Now, our victim archetype is our self-esteem. And yes, self-esteem is how we feel about ourselves, but it's also about our attitude. And if you're a bit down and you're not feeling 100%, check your attitude. And our victim archetype, our self-esteem, goes with us everywhere we go. Now, the third one we all have is our prostitute, and that's our archetype of worthiness. Now, it's not just your physical self, it's your creative self, your intellectual self. What is your time worth? What is your energy worth? Now, the really good thing with our victim and our prostitute, they're like that. So, when your attitude's strong and you feel really good about yourself, guess what? You consider yourself worthy. Okay? Now the reverse is also the case. So when you're not really feeling great about yourself, your attitude's not brilliant, okay? Guess what? That's when you consider yourself unworthy. And that's when your saboteur comes in, because your saboteur is your archetype of choice. So when you're feeling great, on top of the world, really strong self-esteem, really consider yourself worthy, then you make the right choices. Okay, the opposite is also the case. So when you're down here in a bit of the depths and you're not 100%, that's when you sabotage yourself. So the 4 archetypes that we all have, and they're very strong archetypes, are our child, our victim, our prostitute, and our saboteur. And we use them all of the time. The key is to use them in a positive form for who you are and what you want to do, because they are very strong, powerful archetypes.